Hello and welcome to another redstone tutorial. Here we will be working on the 2x2 redstone lit lamp piston door. Now very simply, you're able to put an item into here and it all opens up nice and clean for you, and then you're able to go through here, hit the lever, and it all closes up behind you. Now obviously this design is much prettier from the front than it is the back, but I still think it's quite a good design. Now the reason why this is able to be used is, first of all, if you're doing a space theme or anything like that, it's able to be very useful at the end of a corridor to have a lit door move out of the way. Personally, I think that it's able to fit really well with that, but also an old rustic, maybe if you're doing a magical medieval build, it works very well with that as well. So from a design perspective, I would give this an 8 out of 10. Now, when it comes to resources, honestly, because of the sticky pistons, if you don't have a slime farm, it can be a little difficult. But if you have that out of the way, honestly, this is a very, very cheap build. If you have a slime farm, I would give it a 4 out of 10 on the resources. Now, you might be wondering, how much redstone knowledge do I really need to build this? Well, if you understand what a default tick, 2, 3, and max means, you'll be able to keep up with me on this. The only difficult contraption here is this pulse extender if you are very new to redstone, but I'll take you through that, along with the yellow line. But don't worry, you can always pause and continue playing. So if you're brand new to redstone, the difficulty on this, I would give it a 5 out of 10, but don't worry. With pause and play, you'll be able to keep up. So with that out of the way, I say, let's get started on this tutorial. Alright, and to get this started, we're going to take 3 blocks coming off of here and break the first one because that's just a temporary block. We're going to pop down a comparator here, followed by a redstone dust, put a torch coming off of there, and then we're going to go out here and place down a repeater. That right there is just to ensure that the signal strength is what we need it to be for some later timings. And the reason we're doing this is so that you're able to put an item into that furnace and it'll turn. Alright, and moving on, we're going to take this circuit and move it over here. So we're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 blocks down. And then we're going to turn inward and go another 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and then a final block right there. We're just going to pop down some repeaters. It doesn't have to be exactly where I'm placing them. It just has to be within the general bar park, just to make sure that the redstone signal can reach all the way down. So I'll pop it all in with all the redstone dust to ensure that it does. And once you have that done, we can move on to the next step. All right, and for the next step, we're going to have to walk in this tunnel here, and let me just count off you. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7 going down. So the first block here, we're going to break here. I already put down some temporary blocks to help me with placing these, and pop in a redstone lamp. And a sticky piston. We're going to do that on both sides. Then for the ceiling, sticky pistons and redstone blocks. Going along a little bit further, we're going to pop in a sticky piston here and here. Then one on this side and a redstone block there. We're going to do the same thing on the other side. So 2 stickies, a third sticky, and then redstone. Then we can just fill this back in with all the blocks that we had to break. And we're able to move on to the next step from there. Alright, once you have those blocks placed, I'd suggest popping in a block into the furnace here and removing those temporary blocks because we won't need those anymore. Off this, we're going to go 1, 2, 3, and 4, bring it up a block, and then we're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, bring it up another block. And we're going to do the same thing on the other side real quick. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and up. 1, 2, 3, 4, and up. Once we have that done, we're going to go in there with our redstone and pop onto these 4 right here. Then we're going to put a repeater on each side to help us with the timing circuits. 2 redstone dust, a repeater set to max delay, 2 redstone, another repeater, and then 1 more redstone dot. Go on to your other side and do the same thing. So 2 redstone, repeater set to max, 2 redstone, repeater on default, and then another redstone. Once we have that done, we're going to take our slabs here and bring those out. Bring it out a little bit farther, and then we're going to pop down 2 regular blocks with 2 extra redstone, 2 slabs for redstone. Then redstone on both of these here and on top of this. Then we're going to bring it up with a block and 2 more and power these 2 top pistons here. Once you have that done, we're going to take a redstone slab out here and pop down a redstone dust. That's all it's going to take to power that. Then we're going to go around to the other side and wire up the same way almost, other than the top section. So we're going to go like this again. These 2, block here, and then 2 more redstone dust. 2 more slabs for redstone dust, I mean. And just like so, and then once again on this, bring it out by a block, a slab, and ta-da. So if we go around here now, and we take out this slab, it'll all close up here. These, let me break a couple of these blocks just to show you. These are pushed out, and these are pushed in here, but they aren't extended yet. So they aren't in line with these top layer of redstone lamps. So if you get to here, that's perfect, and we'll move on to the orange segment underneath to push these redstone blocks out. All right? All right. All right, and then moving on from there, we're going to break these 2 blocks and put down some distinguishable blocks for now. If you want to change those later, go ahead, that's fine. As long as they are solid blocks, it'll work just fine. So we're going to go off from this purple line here and go off right here, and then we're going to bring it down by another block. Once we do that, we're going to simply fill that in and bring it out to here, pop up 2 blocks, and then we're going to go up around here and put in another 2 blocks. So you have this little stair effect. And what we're going to do is we're going to take a redstone signal going off from here, and we're going to break those 2, they're temporary, put down 2 repeaters to be able to power the back of these blocks, and we're going to put a torch on top of each. So it's a double converter right there, basically so that when the signal goes, it'll stay for those. And all that does is it's an easy way for redstone to travel upward. So now when we do this, these 2 will break forward and be in line with the rest of them. So now we're going to move on to the next circuit, one of the underground circuits. All right? All right. All right, and for the next line, we're going to break these 2 blocks right here and run right around, and we're going to put in 2 double piston extenders right next to each other. So we're going to line up with this piston here, and we're going to take a signal off from here. Take that out, bring it down by another block, bring it up by a block, and then we're going to have it run out 2 more, all right? So you should line up just underneath that piston. Then you're going to take a block and you're going to bring it all the way up to the very top. Take 2 more, and then do the same thing on this side. Then in the middle here, we're going to take 2 pistons going up on each side, and then a redstone lamp. You can just break those to get back down. Once we have that, we're going to put a redstone dust, a repeater, then another redstone dust with another repeater. After that, we're going to take a slab right here, and then we're going to go up and put a slab right there. Pop a redstone on top of each, and another block with a repeater on top. What we're going to do is set the top one to 2 and the bottom one to full delay. Go to the other side, and you can do the exact same thing over here. So we're going to pop this right here, and then take another slab over here. Repeater, full delay, repeater on 2 ticks, and wire that up. Now what we're going to do is we're going to take from this block right here, bring it down by a block, bring it out, and then bring it right on around to the very edge here. And the only reason to do this is to keep this from finagling with this. So we're going to take this. The redstone signal is long enough, do not worry. And if we go around here and turn it on real quick by removing this item, it'll all close up. And then when we put the item back in, it'll go down by a block, but it will not be fully retracted yet. That's what the next circuit is for. So we're going to move on to the green circuit. All right? All right. All right, now for the green line, we're going to take a block off from here and move it up by a block. Pop a repeater right there with a torch on its face. We're going to move a block coming this way, a sticky piston facing upwards, and then another block over here. We're not going to work with that quite yet. Take a 2x2 right here and bring this right on along. Pop a repeater each to 3 ticks. Fill this all up with redstone, repeater, repeater. Put a block on its face. So that way, when it's a falling edge monostable circuit, which will be able to retract those blocks all the way now. So if we take this item out, as you can see, close it up nice and flush, put the item in, and it goes all the way back down, allowing for iron blocks to be pushed in from both sides. All right, all right. All right, and moving on with the last circuit on the front here, we're going to take a block going out here by 2, and then we're going to bring it right on across until it's in line with this green block. Then for these 4 blocks here, I want you to bring it out by 2 so that we're able to fit a extender here, a redstone extender. So 2 here and 2 comparators here, and we're going to just fill all this in with some redstone and make sure you connect it up to the pink circuit. Once you have that done, I want you to pop a block right there, and then I want you to bring this over until it's in line with the piston there. So we went one too many, and pop one there as well. Then I want you to put a repeater here and here, and we're going to use this block right here, this green block, as our base. So put a block above it, and then one on every side of that block like so. Put a torch there, one block in front of this repeater, and put a redstone dust going into the block to turn off the torch when needed. Put a block there. Now we're going to need to put a temporary block, a piston on that temporary block, and a block of iron, or whatever your block will be for your build, right in front of that sticky piston. Then if you could just put a repeater right there to be able to pick up the signal from the torch, and a redstone dust, it'll power and push the block into place. Moving on from there, we're going to put a block there, and we're just going to copy this. So move it right along here. That'll be our block above the green from the other side. Move along just like so. Nice. And then we're going to put a temporary block there. Put a sticky piston on the face of our temporary block, and then a block of iron on the face of our sticky piston. Redstone dust. Repeater. By the way, all repeaters for the brown circuit are all on one tick. That'll extend there, and we're able to put this all the way across. Once we have that all complete, we're able to take this item out of the furnace, and it'll all close up nice and quick. And those blocks retract very quickly. But if we put it back in, iron blocks don't extend very quickly, and they wait until everything is out of the way. The way this is done is with our pulse extender here being placed where it is, because it has, instead of a direct signal, it's 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10 strength going into it, which allows it so by the time the signal runs out, those blocks over there will be out of the way, giving it plenty of time for these to re-extend. If you need to modify this or move this at all, I suggest against it, but if you need to, you're going to have to test this out, and if you have to move it farther away so it has less of a signal, that's going to be a little bit more difficult because this is already as low as it can get. So you'll have to increase the tick on all the repeaters over here. If you move it closer by a block, that's fine. Just increase each of these ticks by one and you should be good. But otherwise, you could have it all at default tick. And then all we have left is the reset line from the inside. All right? All right. All right, now moving on to our final segment, what you're going to want to do is make sure you take the item out of here and close up your door, or else there can be an issue with a short pulse to mess with this. So from this block here, put down a lever. You can put this anywhere you really choose, but right there is where we're going to do it. Pop a block going off there with a repeater and turn this on, and you'll see that the signal can reach as far as you need it to. So you don't have to worry about how far the signal goes. Bring it right up as close as you can. Go above, not below, or you'll cut the signal here, and put a torch. Then we're going to take a repeater going off there and bring it right on across and connect it right on up, and that torch will go out, which means that our direct input block here has a input from the front and from the back. So if we are up here, we want to enter, we just simply put our item into the furnace. It opens up for us. We're able to go right on through and flick our lever, and it'll close up behind us. Now the thing is about this is that we cannot leave the room until we flick the lever again. So unless you die and end up on the outside, you don't have your bed in there, there can be some problems, but all of them can be solved pretty simply. And that's it. You have your 2x2 lamp door. And congratulations, you have officially built your 2x2 piston door. As long as you have an item anywhere near you, you'll always be able to enter, and you'll always be able to shut it from behind. Now, couple tips for you guys in case you're worried about what if I don't have an item with me. This input here does not have to be a furnace. If you would like, you can simply go and take any lever, take that item right on out, break it. Let's put that item right back there, and you're able to put a lever right on it, and it'll do the exact same thing for you. You don't need to have it be a hidden input, anything like that. As long as it's a consistent input, it'll work just fine. But if you know me, you know I love my hidden inputs. So thank you guys so much for stopping in. I greatly appreciate it. I hope you enjoy your 2x2 redstone lamp door. Goodbye.